Yo, what's going on, premium chasers? In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys really the biggest mistake that new option sellers make with their cash secured puts. Let's go over the shoulder right away and talk about it. All right, guys, before we get going, remember one lucky commenter down below gets a free option strategy call with me. We can jump on a one-on-one call, literally me and you together. You can ask me questions. I'll run through our whole quad option strategy and how it all works. Nothing to pitch you, nothing like that. Just drop a comment down below for your chance to win. But guys, today, um, we're talking about a big mistake that's being made in cash secured puts. Like, let's just cut through the noise. So I had this post that kind of blew up on X. If you don't follow me on X, go check it out. That's where I post more like live stuff as it happens, trades I'm thinking about, ideas I'm thinking about, all that good stuff. And I had a post that almost hit 200,000 views just in the past day. And there's been, guys, the amount of arguing I've done in this thread, it brings me shame, right? But then also people stepping up and be like, no, like it's great. So this is why I want to talk about it, because I think a lot of people overcomplicate their trading strategies to infinity and beyond, and they just don't stick to simple things. Right? Listen to me. I'm not a super smart person by any stretch of the imagination, but I know one thing that I'm very, very good at is I like to break down very complex topics into a simple way for not just like to help other people understand it, but to help myself conceptualize it and not just learn it, but actually use this stuff. And that's why I love selling options. So I made a post here that says basically selling cash secured puts is basically like kind of like getting paid a buy limit, right? Say Apple's at $230 today, but you want it at $200, right? You sell a $200 put, you get it paid a premium upfront, and if it drops, you're buying the stock at a price that you decided. If not, free cash, free premium. You collect that premium. And now there was such a huge debate, and I appreciate some of the guys that I've been, I love this community, guys, by the way. Get involved. The investing community is so cool. It's like any other community. It's not like any other community I've ever been a part of. Everyone's super supportive. Amit here, I've had great conversations with him. He jumped in, helped me out, and he's really big in this space. So go drop him a follow. He posts really good content. Leap Trader as well. But there was a lot of people saying, well, yeah, but you're locking up all this collateral, right? So I'm assuming you already know what a cash secured put is, guys. This is definitely more of a advanced video. Look, listen to me. Like, I understand if you go out there, you're locking up $20,000 in capital, right? Like, I understand that. But here's my question to you, right? And this is part of the reason that I started this channel. It's for those of you that are busy people, just like me, right? You got other things going on, right? I've got a third kid on the way, right? Like, I don't have time, like a lot of these guys, to stare at massive charts all day and do like crazy, weird, sketchy buying option strategies that are a gamble. What I like to do is I like to buy companies at prices that I'm comfortable buying that. So if Apple drops to 200, you know damn well I'm okay buying it at $200. I am okay with it. Okay. Now, a lot of people here in the comments that are arguing with me, right, are saying, well, what if it drops to 150? What if it drops to 100? Oh, I hope so. Who the hell wouldn't be buying Apple at 100 or 150? What's wrong with you? Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing this on companies that you have good massive conviction on, it's a win-win situation. You're collecting that premium, that cash upfront for saying you're willing to buy a stock at a price that you want to buy it. Come on. Like, are you kidding me? Like what? I just don't get it. Now, where you get burned, right? Where you can get burned, right? And there's a couple of mistakes. So I'll kind of have them throughout here. And then we're going to go into a live example. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to be going on a little bit one today. Because, like, literally, I woke up this morning. I had so many new followers. Like, and it's awesome. Like, it's fantastic. But then I'm like arguing with a lot of people about this. And like, I just feel like I want to show you the full story. Right. So let's say you're collecting that, let's say you're collecting like $200 in premium or whatever. It doesn't matter. The premium doesn't matter right now. We'll get into like percentages and return on capital in a second. All right. Listen, if Apple's currently trading at 230 and I am totally cool locking up $20,000 of my money, collecting a cash upfront for saying I'm going to buy Apple at $200 30 to 45 days from now. Like, I'm sorry, that to me, this is not financial advice. I'm just some dude that's been doing this strategy for like 7 years now. I'm totally freaking cool with that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's trading at 230 right now. Apple has pretty much always gone back and hit new all-time highs. Where you get burned is if you do this on weird ass stocks. All right. Do this on like weird stocks. And trust me, like if you go on X and like really involve yourself in the community, you'll see plays where it's like really kind of like sketchy companies. Like for example, like MicroStrategy. I never touched that thing. But like the premiums were insane. You're getting like sometimes like 10-15% returns in a month on your capital, but I ain't touching that. That to me, I'm with the haters there. I'm with the haters on selling options. Like, yeah, I'm not risking that. Of course, MSTR can basically go bankrupt in a month, right? Or go out of business. But a company like Apple, dude, like Apple, Apple laptop, like my iPad right here, my Apple headphone. Like, come on, bruh. Like Apple ain't going nowhere. Like I'd be blessed to be able to get it at $200, and then guess what? I'm running the playback. I'm running covered calls on that thing, right? I'm running covered calls and collecting premiums on my $200, right? I get it. Another big argument that was having in here was people were saying like, "Hey, like, what if what if it drops even further?" I'm like, then I just keep running cash secured puts. Like, what do you not understand? like, bro, like if I actually let's say 30 days rolls around and Apple hits 200 and it's tanking, it's taking an absolute dump on all of us. Let them. Let that blood run through the streets. Because I'm going to be then, guess what I'm doing? I'm running more cash secured puts. I'm running more cash secured puts. Then let's say Apple drops to 150 in 1 month. From 230, it drops to 150. Can't say it's impossible, but sure. Let me entertain you people, right? The art, not you, because you're smart, you're here, but the people in the comments that are arguing that the strategy is it's too risky, right? Let's say it does drop to 150. Okay. You know what I'm doing? I'm praising God for this amazing wealth building opportunity that he's given me and then I'm running cash secured puts probably on a weekly basis at that point because the volatility would probably be absolutely freaking insane and there will be blood running through the streets, which is when you can make the most amount of money when everybody's selling. If that actually happened, like Apple would be like, let's just go into a chart real quick of Apple. Like let's just run this play, right? Let's go to Apple, right? Let's say it actually did. We'll go to our chart. We'll have our Bollinger Band. Like it would be like here, right? So it'd be basically gone off the Bollinger Band. It would be super oversold. And we already know when we look at our setups, right? What I teach you every single day, right? We look what's making biggest moves, right? And then we go to our technical analysis, right? I love doing all of this research. I do it basically every single night to see what my setups are going to be for the next morning, and then I confirm them the morning of. All my various plays that I'm planning to do. So right here, it would be a blessing, and then that would be a perfect setup for guess what? More cash secured puts, dude. I will buy. Dude, I will buy if Apple truly started going out of business. I will buy it till the end. Like no joke, I would be buying Apple till zero because that's how much I believe in that company. If it dropped to $50, and I would keep buying cash secured puts in it until the end. That might sound crazy to you, but that's how much conviction I have in Apple, right? Like I just don't see a future without them. I truly don't. Like I'm not saying that can't be some crazy competitor, but like when you look at like Apple and the amount of money they're sitting on, the assets they have, the loyalty of customers they have, the product suite that they have, I'm riding to the bottom. Like I'm going to the bottom with them if that's the case. And I'm going to keep running cash secured puts. I'm going to keep collecting premiums, and I'm going to be selling cover calls on the ones that I buy. That's just the play. That's the play. All right, let's go look at some examples. Right, I'm just going to use we can go on Apple. Might as well. We're since the post was about Apple. Let's take a look right here. Okay, so we're actually doing a little. Actually, no. I mean, it was at 2:30 yesterday when I made the post, so it's just down pre-market a little bit. Whatever. Let's go to our trade options. We're not on buy. We're on sell, and then we're selling a put. We'll go. Let's do like a 36 dayer here. I always like to do my selling puts and calls 30 to 45 days out, and I'll always compare it, right? So let's take a look, right? Like what option would we actually want to do here, right? Now, obviously, I had an example, right? So of $200. So right here, $200 in 36 days, right? It's a 0.05 delta, right? And I think this also is why people got crazy with me because they took my post as a literal. Listen, guys, I'm a dude on the internet that was literally on the toilet when I made a post on X. Like, come on now. Like, like I never said this is the exact premiums. I never even mentioned premiums or anything in that. I was just giving an example, but we'll take this as an example, right? Let's say you wanted to purchase 36 days from now you would want to purchase your Apple at $200. If it drops down to that, you would be given today $51 in premium. Okay, so we'll just go to our cash secured put calculator, $51, right? And of course, it's not going to be some insane return. You only get a 0.26 return annualized at 3. Of course, right? It's not a it's not a juicy premium or return at all. Like, come on now. And all these calculators, guys, as well, our covered call premium calculator, live premium tracker, all this stuff will be inside our free Facebook group. I will leave a link for it down below. While you're down there, don't forget, drop a comment for your chance to win a free option strategy call with me. And of course, hit like and follow if I'm helping you guys out. All right. So, but that's, look, realistically, I wouldn't open this one because the chances of this are not happening. Now, if you're a beginner and you've never traded options before or sold options before, sure, do it to get your feet wet. But basically, an 0.05% delta basically, or O5 delta basically means, in layman's terms, there's a 5% chance that Apple actually drops down to $200, which is not really possible, right? So we want to go to something, right, like a 220. Let's look at 220. That's a 0.21 delta. Again, not bad. We collect $230 up front. All right, let's take a look at here. So we get $289. Let's see, 280 or 317. What is it? The market just opened, and of course it's 9:30, and the market literally 310. And of course, all right, I'm just gonna do 311. That was the last number I saw, because, or we'll just do 310. Can we just do 310, guys? Because market just opened, and you know how it's going, and what we're willing to buy it for, $220. All righty, 22000, 1.41% return. Fine by me. Dude, are you kidding me? 1.4% return in a month? I'm fine with that on my premium. And guess what? Right? Annualized, that's about 16%. And guess what? If I have to buy Apple at $220, I'm fine by that, because then I'm running covered calls on it and collecting premium on the end to sell my 100 shares. And if I sell my 100 shares after being assigned my cash secured put, I'm fine with it too, because I'm making that appreciation sale. That's the quad option strategy. I haven't shown this kind of graphic in a while, but screenshot it. These are the income stream. This is all I care about, guys. I don't think people understand. I buy cash. I sell cash secured puts to collect premiums. I sell covered calls, right, to collect premiums. I collect dividends if I'm stuck holding a stock, and then I want to sell my company. I am wanting to sell my company because I'm making a lot of income from the appreciation sale. Okay, so if you want to get more aggressive, you can. You can go to closer to these at the money, and you could collect more premium. It depends on what your strategy is and what your actual risk tolerance. Now, here's one of the bigger risks that actually, the biggest risk in cash secured puts wasn't even mentioned in this thread of like hundreds of comments, right? To me, for doing this for a long time, I can tell you the biggest risk is when you start getting close to these at the money puts, and you're stuck holding a stock for a long time. Now, you should be okay holding that stock for a long time. So let's say you really premium chasing right now, right? And you want to open up these, you want to sell 230, right? You'd collect $560 today into your brokerage account, which is awesome. But let's say Apple does actually hit 230, and you have to buy it at $230. Even if it drops to 200, you would be obligated to buy it for 230, right? When March 14th rolls around, you would have to buy it at 230. That's a risk for sure. But if it's a company you like, okay, look, whatever. Right. The second thing that I want to talk about is that sometimes it does take a while for a company to get back, right? So if we look at, like, let's just look over the past 5 years, right? Like, let's say, okay, let's say, here's an example. Let's say you bought Apple here around $192, right? Like, it took you a few months before, or let's just say it's 200, just for the sake of this example, because it kind of was quick and it's Apple. Come on now. It took you, about 6 months to kind of get back, right? But you should be okay with that. If it's a company you love and it's a company you like, and even if it's a company that pays dividend, you're collecting the dividend throughout that time as well, and you're still doing your covered calls to collect premium against it. Now, the premium is not be as juicy, because let's say you did buy it at like $200 here, those 210 premiums, 205 strike prices, the premiums might not be that juicy, but it's okay. You're still collecting something. You're collecting the dividend, and then if you sell it, you're collecting that appreciation sale. So you can't go wrong if you're doing this on stocks that you have a high conviction for. Okay, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to hit like, follow, drop any comments down below. Obviously, that'll let you, get you entered into win a free one-on-one option strategy call with me. And make sure to go follow me over at Only Peter Pro on X. That's where I post more like live stuff that I'm working on. And different kinds of like trade ideas that I'm having. But that's it for today's video, guys. Don't forget, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I will see you tomorrow.